Alright, this is the beginner guide for our Social 9 class of this War of Mine project. So I just double clicked on the icon on the desktop to open up the game. So that's what you're going to do. Once you're done that, you can just skip past these next few slides until you get into the actual game. In Modern War, you will die like a dog for no good reason. So that just kind of sets the tone to what type of game we're going to be playing. There's two different types that we can click on here. We can click on this War of Mine Final Cut or this War of Mine Stories. I'm going to be clicking on this War of Mine Final Cut. However, when you play this game, you are going to be clicking on this War of Mine Stories. Once you click on that, you're going to be able to continue the game or to start the game depending on where you're at. So I'm just going to continue the game on. So within this, I'm just going to take you through a few things that I noticed when I first started playing the game and ways that it can help you in the future when you start playing the game as a group. Alright, so this is kind of your home base and where everything starts off. We're going to notice right away at the bottom right there is going to be different characters that you can control at all times. So we have Bruno. He's a good cook, hungry, and very tired. You can also click on their bio at the top right corner. I'm on day 26, but once you start, you'll be on day 1, and you can read something about that person or that character. As the days go on, you're going to realize that more stuff, or you're going to realize more stuff about this character and find out who they are as a person. So you can just give that a read through as well. If I want to move Bruno, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just right click, and he's going to end up moving from one spot to the next. I'm going to look at my next person, which is Anton. He's a good mathematic, and he's very hungry. So if I look at his bio, same thing. You can scroll through and you can give it a read through. Then we have another character here, and finally one more. So you can switch through your characters as you're playing this game, and you're going to notice that some of them have different skills that are going to be useful for when you're playing the game. For an example, Marco, a skilled scavenger. So he's someone that you'd probably send out when you're actually going to be doing a lot of your looting. Alright. You're going to notice up here are things. You can click on that, and these are what you have in your storage right now. So some of the basic items could be things such as food, which that's what you do to cook meals and feed your characters. For equipment, there's little different bars that are orange bars that you can see. For example, this axe only has about maybe 1/5 or 1/6 of its health left, so that's its durability. Therefore, once this orange goes all the way down, it might break. You can see I'm on day 26 up here in the top left corner, what time it is and how cold it is out. Like I said, you can move multiple different people at a time, so I'll move one guy, switch to my other guy, and I can get him to move as well as my final guy. You can move around the map by just hovering over the sides using your mouse. Alright. Alright. If you don't know what controls you have on right now, you can click on the menu, go into settings, and then you can find your settings in here to see your controls. Let's see if I can find it here. Might not actually be able to. That's okay. For the most part, you're just going to be using your mouse. You don't necessarily need to use the keyboard for a lot of this to begin with anyways. We're going to move on, and we're going to make our way to nighttime. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the day. This is the AM. It's going to go to nighttime. You're going to want to, when it's nighttime, that's when you're going to go out into different places and try and loot some of the materials. So these are some places that we've already visited. If we click on one, you can see that there's lots of food, lots of meds, this and that, but there is a high potential of danger. So we're going to prepare for this by clicking on prepare, and you can take some of the items. So this is your things that you can have, and this is our backpack. So if I want to drag something in, I can. If I want to drag something out, you just right click it and drag it out. More than likely you're going to need something so that you can break materials down, such as an axe. So I would drag that in. As well as you might have to potentially fight off people. Noting that we want to treat this game just like it is real life. So we want to try and stay away from any violent threats as possible. So we want to try and sneak around people instead of actually acting on it. So we're going to bring a gun just in case, but that's not our main intention. We want to try and sneak around, try and gather food, just so that we make sure that our guy stays happy, because they can actually change their moods. So they can go from like sad, happy. There's a whole bunch of different ones that are there. So we're going to load in, getting into the next spot that we're going to go to. So I'm not going to go actually too far into this because I don't have everything that I would actually need, but this is just saying that you can go to different spots, you can gather things, but you also need to be aware of other people and other characters. So materials I can take, grab it all, and I can go to the next thing. Same thing, I click on it, excuse me, so he sees me. So I'm going to want to hurry up with this, grab it all, exit. Try and get one more if I can. Grab all, exit. And I'm going to probably want to get out of here right away. I want to go through, I could. I'm trying to be sneaky, so I can see a person coming with us, coming up, so I'm trying to walk away. And if I want to leave, I can come back to here. I can click on this doorway, and Marco is now back. Once you come back, the next day is obviously day 27, because that was nighttime when we were doing all of our looting. So Marco is now back, and he brought back some things with him. So Bruno died. Bruno froze to death. So because we didn't tend to Bruno's needs, one of our characters ended up dying. Oh, so you've been raided. Someone came at night to take our things by force. So not only can you raid other people, but other people can come and raid you as well, so you can lose items as well. This is a terrible night. Alright, so this is what happened at night. And we're just going to move on. And we can see what we have now for our things. So, we have Marco, skilled scavenger. He's very hungry, he's depressed and tired, so we need to be able to feed him. We're just going to go on over to the food, going into the fridge, checking it out. Still very hungry, so he would actually need more. Now he's just hungry. At this point, if he's anything hungry or lower, technically that's okay. You want to start make sure you're feeding them where they're very hungry. So same thing with Anton. He's very hungry, sick and sad, so I want to make sure that he's at least getting some food in him, and then we also have meds that we can give to him. So you want to make sure that you're up to date with all your characters, because as you noticed with Bruno, I wasn't up to date with him in that he was very cold and he died. So this is a basic tutorial of how to play the game. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. And yeah, thanks for watching.